welcome into another episode from the Critics Collective. I'm Ron, and today part of the unpopular conversation is whether or not kids should be able to see Wicked 2 or Wicked for Good. At the time of this recording, the movie's out, and me and my wife were able to see it a little bit earlier than some people as they get ready for this movie that I'm sure is going to break box office around the world and be one of those pieces that we talk about 20, 50, maybe 100 years from now, like some of the other movies and novels to movies and plays. Point blank, the question is whether or not this movie is okay for kids. Now, before I get into it, hit the subscribe button, like, follow, and comment for more. We had this conversation with K-pop Demon Hunter. Again, this is an opinion, so put in the comments what your opinion is. Now, where do I come from this? I have two kids, one that's 18 now, so it doesn't really count as a kid, but he'll always be my baby. And then I have my daughter, she's 7. So there's that. That's 100% literally a kid that you have to worry about what pops up on the screen. And how do I say it? She already saw the first one, right? So just to kind of let you know kind of how she feels about it. The part one of Wicked, the only thing that alarmed her, scared her, worried, all that other stuff, would have been really one or two scenes, and they were right there in that thick of 15 minutes. It was, mild spoiler alert if you haven't seen the first one, is when you have the monkeys come into the picture, the creation of them, and there's a few light jump scares in a hallway. Other than that, everything else she was fine with in that movie. So just keeping the idea. Now, if you check our review on Yeoh, that was a Disney Pixar, she was more afraid of that. And that's a Disney kid movie. So just do what you want with that. Now, for this one, there's only really, I'll break down slight. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm gonna say there are love interests in this. Obviously, you know that if you watch the first one. If you're curious on what they're gonna show dealing with love, they do it very tastefully. There is obviously, I like to say obviously, but just in case, there is no nudity. There is no heavy amount of physical stuff that way. The adults are gonna know what's in the room where it happens. They're going to know. The kids, they're not going to know anything other than they like each other a lot. That's really it. And I think, like I said, it's done tastefully and it's done really for a moment, and you don't have to worry about anything like that happening again. There's some parts where there's an axe involved. There might be one or two jump scares, and that's really it. And it happens so fast, it doesn't leave any images in your mind, but you'll see something on the camera and that's it. It's done, it's finished. And that's going to really happen when you're dealing with the governor. I'll just say that you're dealing with the governor, so just kind of keep that in mind. Other than that, there are weapons in this, but it's almost like they're backwards versions of guns. When they point at an individual, you're looking at it like, I don't understand how this fires. I would actually like to see it, but just keep that in mind. I don't think that points any ideas to kids necessarily, but there is some moments where they do point their firearms at someone. But again, the gun doesn't look like a traditional pew-pew, so take that for whatever you want. Other than that one, the pacing on this one is much faster than the first one. The movie is actually shorter on the second one than the first one, but the pacing's faster. So if you had a little one that was like, hey, I want to get the hell out of here, that probably is going to happen again. My recommendation, if you haven't already, let them hear the music. I know the soundtrack doesn't come out till when the movie releases. I don't know why they would do that. I guess I get it, but point blank, if they know the music, then I feel like it's going to give them pick-me-ups. They'd be like, I know this, now I get to watch visually what I've been hearing for XYZ weeks or months or years, give or take. And yeah, that's really it. So in my opinion, honestly, overall, can your little one watch it? Only you can make that decision. Put in the comments, did you? But we watched it already. We are going to let our little one watch it. We'll watch it again in about a week in IMAX, because we've done 3D, one of them. Yeah. Like I said before, there's nothing as intense as the first one, though you think dramatically it would be there. I think they did a really good job of that. Now, you could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to be here with Ron, and I appreciate that. Until next time.